See me going like this, it's because I have more than one screen up. I am currently live on Instagram. I'm also live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. So nice to see you. My name is Shanika Roberts. I am a resume writer and career coach with Next Chapter Career Services. I'm also the founder and CEO of Next Chapter Career Services. And this is episode 3 of the Work It Mama Career Talk. So I'm back, and they are on Saturdays. I did start around 10:45 today. That's because I was doing another live earlier this morning. So I wanted to make sure I had enough time to switch. All right. So before we get into today's topic, which is all about boosting your confidence, I just want to go through a couple things. If you want to learn more about my services and what I do, you can head on over to my website, www.nextchaptercareerservicesllc.com. You can definitely learn more there and also connect to my newsletter. You can subscribe on my website. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can watch replays of the career talk. Also, I did very recently start a community on Facebook. I have a Work It Mama Facebook group. If you are not in there, I am inviting you to join. I am going to be having some content and some things in there that won't be available on the other platforms. And most importantly, I just want it to be like a community where we can all support each other, help each other get to that next chapter of our career goals. So go ahead and check us out. It is Work It Mama by NCCS. And I have to put something up on my website just to make a mental note that will help get you connected there as well. All right, let's talk about boosting our confidence. Okay, talking about strategies and tips. I'm going to give you two things we can start doing today so that we will be more confident in our job search tomorrow. Okay, so when we think about confidence, I think a lot of us women in general, as well as us moms in particular, we struggle with being confident, just moving forward, conquering, doing the thing that we want to do. And there's actually research and studies that show that that starts from the time that we get pregnant with our little ones. So, we become very anxious about, am I going to be able to juggle the responsibilities of my job with the responsibilities of, taking care of a little one? And that fear and lack of confidence plays out in other areas of our job search. So in our interview, we don't feel, even though we have a good track record and we would be an asset to any team, maybe it's really hard for you to feel confident about talking about your strengths and things that, make you the right choice for a job. Or maybe you've been working somewhere for a while and it's very hard to feel confident about asking for a pay raise, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing things that can go ahead and help us with our confidence. So if you are watching this on replay, I want you to go to the comments and put in replay. Also, let me know what things you struggle with when it comes to confidence. Okay. Let me know what those things are in the comments that you are currently struggling with. All right. So, with that being said, I want to kind of set the stage for my talk and have a definition. Okay, I'm talking about confidence and, all the stuff that we need to do. But what is confidence anyway? So, I found this article from Forbes. Actually, my business coach, she was talking about this recently, and I thought it would be a great share for you guys. So, I'm going to give you guys a definition. Often people think of confidence as something that the few lucky are born with and the rest are left wishing for. Not true. Confidence is not a fixed attribute. It is the outcome of the thoughts we think and the actions we take. No more, no less. It is not based on our ability to succeed at a task, but your ability, but the belief in your ability to succeed. For example, your belief in your ability to speak in front of an audience, your belief in your ability to lead a team, your belief in your ability to learn something, to apply for that job, whatever that thing is, whatever that goal is, it is all about your belief. And I just want to circle back to what they say, that it is an outcome of the thoughts we think and the actions we take. So I think usually what we do is we try to like wait until we are confident before we do something, like, this just doesn't feel good. This is too far out of my comfort zone. I don't feel very comfortable doing this. So I'm just not going to do it. But when I feel like I'm ready, then I'll go ahead and do it. But we actually have it completely opposite. We have to do the thing first. We have to step out of our comfort zone first, and then confidence will come. So I just want to share 2 tips that we can start implementing today. And I want to get a little sciencey just for a minute so that it's not just me, the psychologists, the neuroscientists, they're all saying the same thing too. And there's actually research out there that shows that, our brain is made up of neurons. And when we do things and have experiences, those neurons interact and create connections in our brain. And basically, that's how learning happens. And the same thing could be applied to this whole concept of confidence, right? So, for example, if we do something and we fail, okay, like, maybe we're learning to ride a bike and we fall down, or, maybe you give a speech and it didn't go that great and you fail, right? And that didn't feel very good. You might be thinking, oh, well, I'm just not going to do that again, right? That didn't feel very good. Well, what's happening is that experience of failure followed by that thought is actually creating a connection in our brain. And if we keep doing that pattern of when we step out of our comfort zone or something bad happens, we just pull back, that our brain is learning, well, we just don't do things that don't make us feel good. And so we never get closer to confidence. So what we have to do to rewire our brain is to go ahead and just start doing things. We have to get out of our comfort zone, do the things scared. And if we fall on our face, and there's a chance we might, kind of reframing that and having a different perspective versus I'm just not going to do that thing again, to maybe, well, I learned something, I'm going to do it better next time, or whatever that thing is. Just reframing your perspective so that your brain is learning not to shy away from challenges, and we get closer to the outcome of confidence. All right, so I got 2 tips for you, okay? The first tip that you can do is you can go ahead and address that inner critic. We all know the inner critic, right? When we're about to do something new, we're about to go on an interview, we're about to apply for that job, we've been working at a company for a long time, we've done a lot of things, and we want to ask for a raise, or, check this out, or maybe there's something going on at work that makes you feel uncomfortable, and you've got that thought, I should talk to my boss about it. Oh, yeah, I said it. Talking to your boss, and, or maybe saying no to someone at work or in life. I mean, this is a career talk, but I think a lot of what I say here can be applied to other aspects of our lives as moms, right? So, this is the part where, if you're watching this on replay, great, because you can get a pen, a pencil, and some paper and do this exercise with me step by step, okay? I want to lead you through silencing your inner critic, okay? So the first thing you're going to do on your paper is write down a situation that doesn't make you feel very confident, okay? I actually did this exercise myself, I feel like, let's see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm just going to go through it. For some reason, it looks backwards on Instagram, but on LinkedIn, it doesn't. I don't know why. I will not try to say that I am a technology expert, but I want you to go ahead and write down your situation. What is the thing that does not make you feel very confident? So for me, for example, I wrote down asking for a raise. Okay. So then the next thing we're going to do is write down the thoughts. What does that inner critic say about that situation that makes us want to pull back and shy away? But when you write down the thoughts, instead of saying I want you to switch it and use you. So second person language, okay? So on here, because for some reason it is not backwards on LinkedIn, I have my thoughts. You won't get it. You don't deserve it, okay? And the reason why we switch from I to you is we want to create a separation of ourselves. We want to separate ourselves from that thought, so we're almost from the outside looking in. So using you helps us with that. Okay. And then once you figure out what those thoughts are, you're going to write down a response. Okay. So you're going to respond on paper. And this time you can use the first person and use I. Okay. So for example, I wrote on here, I've contributed a lot to this company. I deserve to ask. Okay. So the key with your response is it needs to be compassionate and also realistic. I'm not saying go ahead and write on here, I'm the best thing that's been here since they invented peanut butter, and, I'm just going to rock it. And I'm not saying like, you know, have become like a narcissist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be compassionate and be realistic. So, for example, a response could be, yes, I may be shy, but I'm also really good at what I do. And I know that I can contribute to this company and I can raise profits and I can lead that team. And it's okay. It's okay to ask. It's okay to go on that interview. It's okay if I took a break off as a mom, right? For 2 to 3 to 5 years, I can make it back to the world of work. So that is my first tip, doing that exercise. I recommend you do it at least once a day. Hello, hi Resume Workshop. I'm waving at you. If you see me going like this, it's because I have two screens up because I'm also live streaming on a couple of the platforms over here. Today we are talking about confidence and things that we can do to boost our confidence. And I was just given a little exercise about addressing our inner critic. Hi. All right. So, address our inner critic exercise we can do on paper. So, the next thing, the second tip that we can do as moms and as women to boost our self confidence is simply to learn through practice. So, remember what I said about confidence? Confidence is an outcome. We don't wait to feel confident before we do that thing and pursue that goal. It's going to come after we do it, after we adjust our thoughts and do some action, okay? So what things can we do? Well, for one, you can mentally rehearse. Think about the situation that doesn't make you very confident and mentally rehearse yourself responding to that situation in a confident manner, okay? So for example, if I have an interview, and I'm like the armpit sweaty type of girl, which I totally am. Actually, I have a terrifying interview story. If you guys want to hear it, you guys are going to get it. Okay. So when I was living back in Pennsylvania, I had applied for a career director job at a college in Indiana. So like I drive, it was like an 8-hour drive. I get to the hotel super late. I'm tired. I'm like, okay, I'm going to rock this. I'm going to try to rock this. Hello, prep professionals. Thank you so much for joining today. I'm sharing my interview horror story. So I go to the college next day. I'm wearing, a black blazer, trying to look cute, trying to be there. And people, it was not an interview with one person. It was like a panel of like 6 to 7 people. I was like, what? They never said it was going to be a panel interview, but I've got all of these like people with all these like faces, these like stern faces, just asking me question after question. And listen, when they were done, a second panel came in. It wasn't like one panel interview, it was like two. I mean, granted, I did get the job, but needless to say, my confidence was very shaken. And I think I might have walked away like mentally eye twitching and might have had PTSD because I had no idea I was going to end up with two panel interviews in one day. Just saying. But that goes back to my second tip, which is, mentally rehearse yourself in that situation. I don't know, with a panel interview with 20 people, I don't know. And imagine yourself acting confidently. What would you say? What would you do in your head, right? To help prepare yourself, to help rewire your brain to not seize up in fear whenever we're pushed out of our comfort zone, right? Another thing you can do in addition to mentally rehearsing is to write down what you would say on paper, right? So write it down. What would you say? I'm not saying, rehearse something word for word and then you sound rehearsed, but I'm saying it's a good idea to put down those confident words on paper and to just go over them. And then finally, you can practice by practicing with a friend. Practice with your husband, your sister, your neighbor, your dog, your mirror if you live alone. I don't know, your 2-year-old. Well, maybe not your 2-year-old. I don't think that would work out very well. But go ahead and just practice with someone so that you can start training your brain to put yourself out there and confidence will come. All right, I am going to the comments. We got some comments here on Instagram. Resume workshop. I work at a college, and yes, panel interviews are the norm. I had a panel interview. Surprised I got the job. You also had no clue. I mean, what is it about not telling people? I do not know. I do not know. I don't know. Well, but this whole topic of practicing is the key. Great advice. Thank you so much. Yes, practice, practice, practice. And I feel like I can never say it enough. Practice every single day and just take it one day at a time. I think one of the takeaways I want you ladies to get from my whole spiel about confidence is, you know what? Sometimes you put yourself out there out of the comfort zone and it doesn't always go well. Like maybe someone has a panel interview and it doesn't go well and they don't get made an offer. But instead of backing away and saying, I'll never do that again, I'll never put myself in that situation to be hurt again, I want you to shift your thought to that sucked, but I learned something. I learned that, you know what, I can put myself out there. I learned that I'm tougher than I am. And then you just go back at it and you keep practicing. And that's how confidence comes. It's an outcome of our actions and our thoughts, not something that we hope that we feel like, and then we just go do. So that is my spiel for today. I do want to let you lovely ladies know that I do have a Facebook group. So if you're looking for a group and you're on Facebook, I know not everyone's on Facebook, but some people are on Facebook. I do have a group. I have it linked on my Instagram bio. You can go ahead and it's brand new. I've only had it for like a week and a half, but we got some people in there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? We got some people, so you can go ahead and join. I will be having some things on there that you may not necessarily get on LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram or the other platforms. So yeah. So that is all I have. But if anyone's got questions or comments, I will be happy to stick around a little bit and address those, talk about those. I will be back next Saturday at 10:30. I'm going to be talking about some more things that we can be doing as women and moms to boost our confidence. Let me see. Oh, Prep says the moments that I have been the most uncomfortable have been the moments that I learned the best lessons. Yes, I love that. You know what? It's even just like, I guess, like parenting too. Not that it always comes back to parenting, but I feel like with our kids, when they go through things and Like taking them to school for the first time and then you got to leave them, right? And then they're like screaming and crying their heads off for like the first day or the first couple of days. But then they learn, hey, I actually like this teacher and I like having new friends and not having my crazy mom give me kisses 50 times a day. Like we all learn stuff like by being pushed out of our comfort zone. So thank you so much for that share. Thank you everyone for listening. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead in the comments and say replay and just share with us something that you struggle with when it comes to confidence, and hopefully the tips in this video will help you overcome them. All right, that's all I got. I'll be back next weekend, and you ladies take care, and I'll see you soon.